welcome back. So in today's video, I want to do neutrals, my guys. I'm wearing my favorite cheetah shirt. I love cheetah print so much, and I feel like when I wear cheetah print, I need to wear either black jewelry or gold. Gold is my go-to, as you can see. Your girl feels like a new woman when she puts on some hoops, let me tell you. So I want to do a neutral look with a pop of pink because I was supposed to do that for Valentine's Day. I was supposed to upload my video, but it was corrupt. We love that. So all my hard work and my beautiful makeup look went to shit. It's okay, right? I want to try the same technique that I did in my previous video. You know how I set my primer with translucent powder? Okay, we're going to do that again, but we're going to do that before we prime. What? I know. So I saw this on TikTok and it intrigued me. You have your moisturizer, set your moisturizer with translucent powder, then go over it with primer and then foundation, and then, you know, follow all the other steps that you do. And I was like, that might be changing the game. Let's do it. Okay, so we got the Beauty Bakerie flower powder in the shade Oat. So I'm setting my moisturizer. Oh, I'm nervous with how this is gonna come out because I'm gonna use the same foundation that I did in my other video. So my Texas ghouls, how are you enjoying the weather? Oh my God, this is the Texas I know. It's 90 degrees now. Remember when it was like below 20? You northerners, I don't know how the hell you did it, but it felt like Snow Miser had his ass crack on Texas. And if you don't know who Snow Miser is, cue the video.
I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow. I'm Mr. Icicle. I'm Mr. 10 Million.
That's who he is, okay? And we're used to his brother, Heat Miser, okay? He is the one running the show down here in South Texas, or Texas in general. But I feel like South Texas, especially like my hometown, we're just like the hellhole of Texas because it's so much hotter down here than it is in any other city, I feel like. Because, I mean, we can get up to like the 110, and that's crazy to me. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the putty primer, and this is the poreless one because the matte one really didn't do jack shit for me. I don't know why they call it a matte primer. It feels exactly like the poreless primer. It doesn't feel any different. So what I like to do is I like to push this into my skin. It's currently 8:44 at night. I've been watching Lucifer with Beebs. We've just been plopped on the couch watching Lucifer. Finally allowed myself to sleep in because I always wake up by like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock latest, but I usually wake up around 8 or 9. And today I woke up at 10 on my own and I was like, oh, this feels good, but I want to go back to sleep. So we're going to go ahead and set this. And this is the Skin & Co. Aqua Illuminating Truffle Therapy Radiant Dew Spray. That was one hell of a mouthful. I love this so much. Let me see. Oh. Oh, it smells like the mint chocolates from Olive Garden. I love those chocolates. I remember one time I went, I think it was with a friend or my mom. I went with somebody, but I asked for a little cup to go. No, I think it was with a friend that I went with because I asked for a little cup to go. They were so good. With the LA Girl Pro Matte foundation in the shade Nude and the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream in the shade Light 210N, which stands for neutral. So I'm nervous because this one didn't treat me so well last time. I'm gonna go in with my beauty sponge, my Japonesque beauty sponge. Ooh, the coverage, girl. This isn't looking too shabby. I like it. Okay. TikTok, okay. I still need to see how it dries, but so far, so good. Okay. So what have y'all been up to? How do y'all feel about the mask mandate? Like, I know masks are a pain in the ass. I know. Like, I haven't been able to wear makeup to work or to go run errands, because usually I would wear makeup to go run errands. Like, I would not leave the house because, you know, I like doing my makeup. It's therapeutic for me, and I generally just love the transformation, you know? But I haven't been able to wear it because the mask just fucks it all up. You know, when I went to go buy my car, my makeup looked flawless. And then I had to wear the mask the entire time I was at the dealership. And by the time we went to the restaurant and to hang out with my tios, my makeup was just so shitty. Like, it was coming off in certain places because my skin is super oily. So if I don't blot, it starts eating away at my makeup, which I hate. Everyone says, oh, if you have oily skin, you're winning. Bitch, I'm not winning, okay? I know when you have oily skin, like, you don't get wrinkles, so I've heard. It's still, like, it's hard to keep your oils under control. I'm sorry, but it is. And having super dry, and I'm not saying having super dry skin is a good thing either, because it's not. I've had really, like, extreme dry patches to the point where they burn. Like, they burn the hell out of my skin. And I'm here putting, like, I'm taking my tub of moisturizer with me everywhere I go so I could reapply. And so I understand how bad dry skin can be, you know? But again, having extremely oily skin, it's like being on the extreme side of the spectrum for either or is not, it's not good. I'm gonna go ahead and cream contour today. Since we're doing a bronzy look, I'm gonna embrace the bronze goddess look, and we're gonna cream contour. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in this shade Rich Cocoa. When I tell you a little bit goes a long way, bitch, I mean it. You do not want to add, like, I'm gonna show you how little, like, I'm removing the excess product from the wand. That's all you need. All you need. I'm gonna put that everywhere. I always want to blend up for bronzer, never down. Just blend it out with the Beauty Blender. There we go. I want to get the conch piercing. If you all have it, rate it. What's, from a scale from 1 to 10, how bad is the pain level? Because I got my industrial, bitch. When I tell you, that was so fucking painful. I mean it. It was so painful, but I really wanted it. And it was actually my first, like, piercing other than my lobes. I think after, did I get after? I don't know if I got my doubles first and then my industrial, or my industrial and then my double. I don't know. But, oh no, I got my second ones, my doubles. And then I got my industrial. I got it when I was 18 behind my mom's back because I had told her I wanted it. And she was just like, Yesenia, why? And I'm like, because I want it. It looks nice. And I've always been the type that's like, it's just a piercing. If I don't want it, I could take it off. If the holes close, okay. If they don't, that's okay too. I'm never going to use it if I don't want it anymore, you know? But she told me, I had told her this around the summer. School had just started, that's for sure. School had just started, and I had told her I want to get it. I was in college at this point, and she told me to wait till Christmas. It was August or September. I was like, girl, I'm not waiting until Christmas. So I don't recommend you do this if you're younger and you're seeing this. But I used to work every Saturday in the morning, and I would get out by 5. And I told her, look, technically I wasn't lying, because the cashier from one of my first like big girl jobs, she didn't like that I got Saturday mornings because I closed every other day of the week. Saturdays were the only days that I got in the mornings. And I asked my manager for that schedule because I had no time to do anything. You know, if I didn't do it early in the morning, I was fucked. I had to wait until the next day. And it would piss me off. I was just like, fuck, like I have no time for my family. I have no time for my friends. I have no time for my so-called boyfriend that I had at the time. I was just like, please. And then my manager was like, it's because you don't have kids. I'm like, bitch, but I got a family. I got a life. Like, she had her family take care of her kids all the time. And I was like, they can fucking take care of them for you for one night of the week. Like, no seas mamona. Okay? So I'm going to go in with my favorite concealer duo. You know, this is my tried and true. And so anyways, she used to take, I want to say, she used to live across, which is Nova Laredo, because I live in Laredo, right? So she used to cross every day. And I want to say that she would take long on purpose. She would take long on purpose. And I say that because she didn't like the fact that I didn't want to work. Yeah, I didn't want to close, you know? She didn't like the fact that I didn't want to close on Saturdays like I did every other fucking day of the week. So she would always take long. And my mom knew that. Because I would always tell her, right? And I couldn't leave until she got there, obviously. So the way I planned it out, I was like, okay. I was like, it's going to take me about 20 minutes at the most to get to the tattoo shop. So I told my mom, I was like, she's still not here, so I'm just earning, you know, I'm earning extra hours. I was like, I really don't mind. And she's like, okay. Like, she believed me, right? And I went to go get it behind her back that day. And I didn't even freaking hide it. Like, as soon as I got home, I was like, Mom, guess what I got? And she was like, what did you get? And I went, I was like, ta-da! And she got pissed. Especially because she was like, you know, if you do that, your brother's going to do that behind my back. And I was like, the age difference is huge. We're almost 6 years apart. We're 5.5 years apart. Like, he can't compare. But she's always thought that way. You know, like, you know, if you do it, he's going to get the balls to do it. And I was just going to create more problems for her. But in my head, I was like, I'm the eldest. It was with my money. And it's just a piercing. It's not like I got a freaking tattoo, you know. Like, that I never did behind her back. My little brother did. But I never did that. Because I want my tattoos, you're going to be able to see them. Like, my first tattoo, I wanted to be here on my forearm. How the fuck am I going to hide that in freaking 105-degree weather? Like, I'm not going to wear long sleeves all the time just so she won't find out. Like, no, she's going to end up finding out. So I never got my tattoos. And I still haven't, because every time I save for them, something happens and I need to spend that money and it sucks. And I still have it. She's like, it's just going to be a stage. You're going to grow out of it. I still have it, Mom. I still have it. And I'm always going to have it because I love it. But, oh, no. That's not the only thing I did behind her back, though. It's because I was a perfect kid. Nah, I wasn't perfect. But I didn't really give my parents problems in the way that most kids do. Like, they're doing drugs behind their mom's back and they're always misbehaving. And I was like, yeah, I always got punished because I would always speak my mind. But my parents trusted me a lot. And that was their downfall. Sorry if you're watching. But when I was in high school, when I was a sophomore all the way till I was about a senior, I was the biggest party animal of life. I would always go out and party. I went to my first club. Who remembers Sweet 21? If you're from Laredo and you're watching my video, who the fuck remembers Sweet 21? That was the club to be at, my guy. Like, you wanted to be at that club. It was a bomb club. I loved that club. We were in VIP that time because my friend, because we had a group of girls, right? And we were all friends. And one of the girls, she's like, someone needs to go to the club with me. because she can't make herself look bad, you know? Like, they got VIP for her and for a friend. And she was like, someone needs to come with me. No one wanted to go with her. And I was like, you know what? I'll go with you. Fuck it. Let's go. It'll be my first time. So we go. We had a good time. And I wish I had the picture. I freaking wish I had the picture because my outfit, I remember the outfit. It was ugly, bitch. So ugly because I didn't have clothes to go to the fucking club. My mom wouldn't buy me clothes to go to the club because I wasn't allowed to go to the fucking club. So why do I need clothes like that? You know? So I borrowed some clothes from that because, you know, that girl had a big booty too. So we were roughly around the same size. So I borrowed some clothes and I was skinny back then, but those clothes were still a little too tight. And I feel like I look like a chorizo, but but that's just me. I don't know. I guess in a way, thank God I don't have those pictures. Okay, so this is how I got away with a lot of shit, okay? I used to tell my parents that I was gonna go spend the night at my friend's house. And she was a childhood friend. Like, we had known each other we had become best friends since we were in kinder. We lost touch because I moved to the north side of Laredo and she stayed in the south side. So we went to different schools. But we rekindled when I was a sophomore in high school. And ever since then, the first day we hung out, she's like, I'm gonna throw you a party. And she brought all her friends. And that's how it started. That's just how I started, you know, partying so much. And when I tell you I partied, like, I got drunk every time. Like, there was no such thing as, oh, just now I drink just to, like, you know, get a slight buzz. No. 15-year-old Sen could never just get a buzz. Like, I was known as the girl who would chug the Four Locos. Like, ew. I was that girl in the group. It was not fun. It was not cool. Okay, so I'm gonna spray this again. This nozzle sucks. Ooh. Okay, so we're gonna push this in. Ooh, I like that. But basically, so we'd always have the parties at her house. And this time that we went to the club, well, we got home, the club, even back then, they closed at 2, right? So we got home around 2:30. Our friends were being the biggest cagapalas ever, and they got pique that we weren't there by 2. And we told them, like, and we were texting them, they weren't replying, and I was like, oh, they can't be asleep. Like, we never went to sleep early, you know? So I was like, no, I was like, well, we'll just knock on the door, knock on their window, whatever. But we couldn't get into the backyard, and my friend had this pit bull that was only nice to her and freakishly scary. It was huge. And I was like, fuck, we can't even go to the backyard because that's where her window was. And I was like, fuck, okay. So I was, you know, her front door was right here, right? And her parents' room was like right here. So I was like, fuck, we need to be quiet. And she's like, dude, and my friend was like, dude, I need to pee. Like, I need to pee. And I'm like, okay, well, you're going to need to hold it until we get inside. She's like, fuck, okay, I'll try. That didn't happen. My friend couldn't hold it. So my friend's parents had plants outside in plant pots. She peed in one of the plants and killed the plant because it never grew back again. So we were there knocking because they weren't opening the freaking door. They were pretending to be asleep. And or at least we thought they were pretending, right? Her dad wakes up and opens the door. He looks out the blind, sees our friend peeing in the plant, you guys. He sees her peeing in the plant. And he opens the door and I'm just like, thank you. I was like, Jenny wasn't answering. And he's like, okay, come inside, come inside. We go inside and we try not to, we try not to make a lot of noise, but these bitches were already awake because they fucking heard us. They decided not to freaking open the damn door, assholes. Which I didn't know how the hell. I was honestly like, dude, if they don't answer, like, I'm gonna have to call my dad. I don't want to call my dad. I don't want to call my dad. My dad was like lived 5 minutes away from this friend. But I don't want to fucking call my dad. He didn't know what I was up to. He makes us sleep on the floor. Okay? With no blankets and no pillow. So I'm here with a bath towel. No, my friend got the bath towel. I had no blanket, so I was using my old my duffel bag as my pillow and my clothes as my blanket. And she needed her fan on. She had like those fans are from the floor up here, those that rotate. And I was in the middle between her bed and her little sister's bed because they shared rooms. And well, she was sharing a bed with our other friend, and then her little sister was sharing a bed with our other friend that was there. So me and my friend had to sleep up the floor. I was so Becca. She kept turning. She wanted the fan on a huevo. Por sus pinches huevos. She wanted the fan on. And I was just like, you know what? The fan was right there next to me, so I felt everything. And I was like, no. So I turned off the fan. I kept turning off the fan, and she was like, chica madre, leave it on. She was getting pique. And I was even getting more pique because I was freaking cold, and I was on the floor with no cobija, no freaking pillow. And I was just like, you know what? I unplugged the fan. I unplugged the fan and I put the little pluggy thing, the cord, I put it under my duffel bag, and then I put my head over it so she can't get to it. And I wasn't cold anymore. Once I got into college, I didn't party as much. I still partied somewhat with her, but not as much as I did when I was in high school. All my friends were partying in college, and I was like, I'm done partying. I don't want to party as much. But when her and I rekindled again, okay, so before I continue the story, for bronzer, I'm going to use the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. And for blush, I'm going to use the NYX Sweet Matte Cheeks and the shade Totally Chill. So, continuing with the story, we went to 6th Street for Halloween one year. Never doing that again. Ever. It was so crowded. I was sweating so much. And we were supposed to go with our other childhood best friend. She lived in San Marcos because she was going to school there. So we went to her place to get ready. And she was like, yeah, I'll definitely go with you guys. But she was in a sorority. And she wasn't able to make it because they were doing some scavenger hunt for Halloween. And she wasn't able to come out and come with us. So we're like, okay, it's fine. We go to Austin, but we were supposed to go back to her dorm at the end. Okay, we never did. So I told my friend, this was the first time I had ever been to San Marcos. I had ever traveled to San Marcos, and it was super foggy. So I couldn't see the exits. And I was just like, fuck my life. I can't see. And I kept waking up my friend because she decided to get, we were, tipsy. This bitch decided to get high while drinking. You don't do that. You don't get faded like that when you're with me. Someone who doesn't know where the hell she's at, doesn't know where to go. Like, no, you don't do that. So I was like, oh my God. And it was a downer. She smoked indica and she just knocked out. And she's like, can you drive? Dude, I can't keep my eyes open. And I'm like, bitch, keep your eyes open. And I thought we had the GPS, right? So I was like, okay, cool. She's like, just follow the GPS. And I'm like, oh, cool. Okay, I could do that. So her and my cousin had this thing going on. They liked each other. And he was in San Antonio. So we were she was talking to him. I found out she put his address in the GPS. Okay? She didn't put our friends in San Marcos. So I'm here driving in fucking San Antonio from Austin. Tipsy. Mind you, I'm tipsy. And I'm just like there. And I was like falling asleep and I was like, no, bitch, no. So I lowered the window down on my side and I'm trying to stay awake. That was the worst thing I could have done because I got tipsier. Because when the wind hits you, it's all over. So I'm just like, oh, fuck. So I rolled up the window. I blasted the AC at me. And I had some loud music going on. And I'm just like, I can't go. And I realized that we were going to San Antonio after we already left San Marcos. And I was just like, fuck, where are we? We're not. And it said entering San Antonio. And I'm like, no, this is not what I wanted. So I'm trying to wrap around to go back on the highway to go to San Marcos. Doesn't happen. I go in circles till dawn. Okay, till fucking dawn, till 7 in the goddamn morning. This bitch wakes up and she's like, dude, the gas you just spent, because she had a huge F-150. And I was like, I'll pay for the fucking gas. I was like, no, better yet, you pay for the fucking gas. I had no idea where I was going. And she's like, I told you to follow the GPS. And I was like, you wanted us to go to San Antonio. And she's like, we're going to go back to San Marcos. I was like, no, ma'am. You had it to San Antonio, not San Marcos. And she's like, oh. Finally get to San Marcos after like hours of me driving. I'm dead tired. I'm still a little tipsy. It's going away, but I'm still a little tipsy. And I just get to my friend's dorm. We get to her room. I get out the pill. She gives us a pill. She's like, dude, where have you guys been? I was waiting up for you, but I went to sleep because I thought you spent the night at your friend's house in Austin. And I was just like, don't even talk to me right now. I can't think right now. I need to sleep. As soon as my head hit the pillow, I was on the floor, but she had carpet, so it wasn't that bad. I knocked out so good. And we woke up, took a shower, we went to go eat, and then we went back home. Worst experience of my life. Worst experience of my life. She wanted to blame it on me. She still wanted to blame it on me when she was telling her parents. I'm like, bitch, tell them the whole story. Tell them the whole story as to why we wasted so much gas. Ho. But what else? What other stories do I have? Oh, I want to say we witnessed our friend get alcohol poisoning. I want to say we did because the bitch turned pale. She turned pale. We were all drinking. It was just us girls. No, it was, I think, like 3 guys and like just us girls. It was our little crew. It was our little crew. And we were all drinking, right? And she gets hella drunk. Like I said, we always drank to get drunk, to get plastered. She was like plopped like this on the kitchen floor, and I was like, oh shit. So we get her to the restroom because she needs to puke. She locks herself in the restroom and she's just puking. She's just puking her life away. And we go check up on her and the door's locked and we're like, dude, okay. So my friend opens it with a credit card. This bitch has her head on the toilet seat and she looks pale, like to the point where her lips are purple. And we got so scared. We were just like, fuck. So we get her in the shower, like a warm shower, and we're there showering her. she was still drunk because we all go to sleep, right? I'm sharing a bed with my friend's little sister. The drunk friend, okay, she shits on the floor. She shits on the floor. So she legit, like, her bed was like right here, right? She shits right here, okay? Right here. She gets up, shits, goes back to sleep. I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm just like, oh fuck, it smells bad in here. But I just cover my head because I thought it was dog shit. Because my friend had a dog at the time, an indoor dog. So I was like, okay, it's probably, she just probably took a shit, whatever. I was still a little drunk because it had only been like 4 hours. So I was like, ugh. So I just cover myself with the comforter and I just go back to sleep. All my friends wake up within what feels like 2 seconds, but it was a couple more hours, and all my friends wake up and they're like, bro, you took a shit. And I was like, I wake up because I see the light on my face and I'm like, what happened? She's like, dude, this, for the sake of privacy of these people, let's call her Sally. So Sally had taken the shit, and my friend was like, that came out of your butthole. And I started laughing, and she's like, no, it didn't do it. Like, I didn't take this shit. And we're like, boss, who else did? And it was a lot of shit. And we made her clean. Like, she got up and took a shower herself. And then that's when we started smelling it. That's when they all woke up. And that's when she came back in, she was like, bro, what the fuck? And they sent me to go talk to her. And I was like, fuck, okay. So I go in and I'm like, I'm knocking on the restroom door and I'm like, yo, like, they want you to pick up the shit. She's like, dude, it's not mine. And I'm like, regardless if it's yours or not, my dude, you have to pick it up. And she's like, okay, that one, no, like, just let me get out of the shower. But that was one hell of an experience with my friends, let me tell you. Heaps and I have said whenever we have kids that, you know, if they ever try to like sneak out or like tell us like, oh, we're gonna do this with our friends, it's like, we're not gonna buy it, because it's gonna be like, we made those excuses. Especially me, like, I made excuses. Like, my parents never knew what the fuck I was doing. And every time my mom would call, we were going, you know, we were having a party, I would like run inside and go to like the furthest room in the house where it wasn't close to the backyard, and I would go and I would answer the phone. Or same thing if my dad called, or like if they messaged me like this, I would reply, because, you know, you don't want to make yourself look suspicious. Yeah, when you're not answering and when you're not, you know, you're not communicating with them, they're like, okay, what is she doing? You know, that was smart. First party was when I was in middle school. I was in 8th grade. My mom let me go to one of my friend's birthday parties, and that's when apple bottom jeans were in, you know, baby fat. So I had these apple bottom jeans. I loved those jeans, let me tell you why. So they were hip huggers, okay, and they had that boot cut at the bottom, and they had apples, like an apple patch on each ass cheek, and it was covered in like red and orange sequins. Okay, those jeans were the shit, bro. I loved those jeans. So I was wearing those jeans to the party, and she lent me one of her tops, which was again from Apple Bottom Jeans, well, the brand Apple Bottoms, and it was lime green, and it was off the shoulder on one side, and it had a strap, and it was such a pretty top, and I loved it every time my mom wore it. And I don't know if she still has it, but I loved that top when I was little. Now I would never wear it, right? But back then I would. I loved it, and it matched so well. And I was wearing my Nike, my colorful, I think it was my colorful Nikes, But I mean, you really couldn't see my shoes. You only saw the white tip of the shoes because my jeans were boot cut, right? But I was like looking fly. And I think I had my hair straight that day too. So I was like, ooh, look at me. And I had my first kiss at that party. And I told my mom. She's like, so how was it? And I was like, it was good. I was like, I had my first kiss. And she was like, oh, and she knew who my crush was. So she asked me. And I was like, yeah, it was from him. I don't know. I feel like whenever my little girl has a when my little girl has a boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever her preference is, whenever she has a partner, and she comes and tells me, I'm like, ooh, how did it go? I'm going to be so excited. So I'm going to be one of those moms that just wants to know the cheese man. Like, you can tell me. I promise. I won't tell your father if you don't want me to. No, we're not going to have that. But I know Beebs has always said that he's going to be the lenient parent. And I'm like, if I say no, you better perk me up. Ooh, look at that. It's nice. That's real nice. Okay. Let's do the other one real quick. But do you have any partying stories that you did behind your parents' back? I feel like I have more, but I can't remember. When all our friends would leave, our go-to meal when we were drunk was tostadas. We would get the tostada, we would put beans and queso fresco. That with a soda was our shit, bro. We loved that. So we would always eat that. And then when we were hungover, because I always had a hangover. I always woke up with a hangover. We would always get Chinese food or McDonald's. The McDonald's breakfast or Chinese food. If I had money, if I didn't spend all my money on alcohol, I would go ahead and buy myself something. If not, then I wouldn't. Sometimes her dad would cook us breakfast. So we would eat that. But yeah. Yeah, our friendship was good while it lasted, not gonna lie. We're gonna go in with eyeshadow and we're gonna do a very bronzed eye makeup. Let's see. So I'm gonna go in and clean up my brows and also highlight them. We're gonna go in with the LA Girl Foreplay palette. This is what it looks like. We're gonna take this shade right here with an angled brush, and we're just going to clean up our brow. You know what? Let's use the Foreplay palette. Blah, blah, blah. Foreplay palette. Okay. I don't know why I make that face so much. I've been making it ever since I was little. Okay, so we're gonna go in with this shade. We're just gonna put that in our crease. But you know what I've been craving? I've been craving a lot of things. Like Chinese food for one. There's this place called China Express and they have one so close to my house. But so fattening. So that's what I'm buying. I'm trying to eat healthy with Beebs. For myself, just to be healthy. Because I'm tired of being chunky as hell. But I love good food. And good food is not always healthy. But I need to stick to my diet. But maybe if I don't see it as a diet and I see it as, you know, just a healthier lifestyle. Because right now what I'm doing is, yeah, I eat whatever I want. But I try to make healthier choices, obviously. And I'm counting my calories. So right now I'm doing good. I still have tons of calories for today, but I'm not really hungry. We're gonna go in with these two. And we're just gonna place that below our crease towards the outer corner. Going with the same brush that we used the crease shade with and just blend this out. We're gonna go in with the Sinopia Mellow Cosmetics palette. And I actually have a discount code. I forgot what it is, but I'll have it. I always have everything linked down below in the description box. And it's for 15% off, I believe. When I tell you this palette is like, look at this palette. First of all, it has a mirror. Super compact, easy to travel with. And these shades, it's everything you need to create a beautiful smoky eye look. Spring and summer are coming, so this palette, you definitely should check it out, but look at it. Isn't it gorgeous? Like, yes, I love it. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Merlot, and it's this one right here. Just gonna add some of that. Oh yes, this is what I needed. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. Now I need a black, because if I do any smoky eye, I need a black to deepen things up. That's just me. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Mad for Mattes eyeshadow palette, and it looks like this. And I'm gonna go in with this black shade right here. And go with the tapered brush. We're gonna go back in with that Merlot shade. We're just gonna blend out the edges. Because you want everything to look seamless. We're gonna go in with a bronzed shade, which we don't have one in here, but we do in here. We're gonna go in with this one and a little bit of this one. So, ooh, look at that. Look at that. That is pigmented. Pigmented. I don't even know if I want to go in with the orange. We'll see. I'll go in with more black. So we're gonna do a little wing. Okay. Should look a little crazy like this. It's hot. And then go in this with that Merlot shade. Back in with those two shades. Okay, so now we're gonna wipe off the beige. Be careful. It's like a black right here, and oh, I always get scared every time I'm wiping it, but it didn't smear. Gonna do my liquid liner, our black liner in a tight line, and I want to do some, bless you, I want to do some brown liner on my waterline. We're gonna go in some black. It's just an e.l.f. retractable black liner, and we're gonna put this on the top part of, on our top waterline. I hate that feeling. And now we're gonna go in with the Jordana brown suede liner for our bottom lash line. Ooh. And now we're gonna go in with some liquid liner real quick. Ooh, that wing came out good. Mascara. It's gonna be quick. Let's do our brows first, because you know how our brows, look at them. They're missing some spots, so that's when I go in with some mascara. Make them dark again. Beibs is currently washing dishes, and when he cleans, he needs to have music on. So he's washing dishes, which I greatly appreciate because I always do them. But when he helps me, it feels so good. And he helps me. He says that. He's like, it's because you do them all the time, so I want to help you. I'm like, oh, I love this man. So for highlight, I'm gonna use the Essence Pure Nude highlighter and be my highlight. And I'm also gonna go in with the Jaclyn and Becca collab in Champagne Pop. A little bit of each. Ooh, I like that. And what else are we gonna do? Lips. What lips do I want to do? Kind of leaning towards that bright pink from Anastasia. This one, it's called Garina. Ow. Because we're gonna go in. This is the Ace Beauty Grandoise palette. This one, got it in a boxy charm. Super small, and it's super cute. We're gonna go in with the shade Rose for inner corners. Looks so pretty. Oh, they're still a little wet. Okay, so we're gonna go in with this. A little goes a long way with this liquid lipstick, so you don't need much. And I feel like it's perfect for spring or summer. I like this look. Now we're gonna go in with some falsies. And once our liquid lips dry, we're gonna go in with a gloss. And this is Moonchild by ColourPop Cosmetics. It is my favorite new gloss of life. And so I have some lashes I'm gonna wear because the other ones I was trying to put on were too old. But these are from Kala Volt Lashes. They're the wispy ones. They look like this. They're only $6 for 5 pairs, which is not bad. I bought this one and I also bought the Glamour Pack too. That one's just more voluminous and more full looking. I personally love wispy lashes for everyday use. Oh, I tore it. It's okay. Those look so pretty. Ooh, I like this. This is drying. I'm gonna go ahead and put some gloss on. Oh, you see? This used to be my go-to look. I didn't have the, you know, the pink inner corner, but back then, this used to be my go-to look. I would just put my highlighter in my inner corner, and I was rocking this makeup every time I did my makeup. Okay, and that's it, you guys. I love how this makeup look turned out, and my skin, like pores, we don't know her. We don't know her. My skin looks good. I think I'm gonna start using that hack. Damn, I didn't know TikTok could, you know, actually, I didn't think it would actually work because it's on TikTok, whatever. It probably doesn't work. Bitch, it worked. My skin is like, I'm gonna, like, look. Like, do you see how smooth my skin is? Bitch. Like, I feel like, where was this hack when I needed it last time? Where was it? Like, oh, I just look so good. I'm feeling my makeup, but it's currently gonna be 11. So sadly, since I didn't film this earlier, I'm just going to wash this off after I'm done helping babes clean. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and enjoyed my party stories that I had to share with you from when I was a teenager. I hope you learned some new tricks. If you have oily skin, I highly suggest that you try this technique out because my skin looks flawless. I love this, and I feel like I'm gonna start using this technique from now on because it looks so good. If you guys enjoyed the video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe and join my ghoul gang if you haven't already. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye!